The last thing we need, my friends, are leaders who incite more fear. In the face of terror, America doesn't panic. We don't build walls or turn our backs on our allies. We can't throw out everything we know about what works and what doesn't and start torturing people. What Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and others are suggesting is not only wrong, it's dangerous.
And then she gave another speech today, basically saying more of the same. Joining me now, as promised, Dick Morris, Newsmax TV Political Analyst, Presidential Strategist, and, of course, the author of the best-selling book, Power Grab, and we'll have more on the book at the end of the interview. Hello, Dick.
Hey, Steve. They tried tying them to a chair and pumping in Hillary's speeches 24/7.
As a form, well, no, I don't know. That's torture, you know. We can't do that.
Waterboarding.
Very good. All right, so let me ask you. I played that mainly because she mentioned both Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. We were on yesterday before all the results were in. Now all the results are in. So what do you make of the race going forward?
Well, it was essentially a non-result. On both sides, Sanders carried 2 states, Hillary carried 1, and Hillary won about 20 more delegates than Sanders did. And Trump won Arizona, winning 58 delegates. Cruz won Utah, winning 40. So the difference is 18. It's not a big deal. At the moment, Trump is about 280 ahead of Cruz. But Rubio's sitting out there with 163 delegates committed to him, who I think he's going to release, and I think most of them are going to end up with Cruz. So there's about a 100 delegate difference between the two. Not a serious problem. The serious problem Cruz faces, and the real opportunity for Trump to score a knockout, is coming on April 19th and April 26th, when first New York and then Pennsylvania vote. And New York has 100 delegates, Pennsylvania 70. And the way the rules are stacked, it's not a winner-take-all situation, but it is a winner-take-most. And if Trump decisively wins those 2 states, and he's far ahead in the polls, then Cruz really can pack it up. Cruz needs a strategy, and he has 4 weeks to come up with it, to break Trump's hold in New York and Pennsylvania and get at least a 2-to-1 split, not a total wipeout in those states. But I think that at the moment, there was a chance to bury Ted Cruz. If he had lost Utah to Trump, that would be TAP's time. But now, not much. There are still 850 delegates to be selected. Trump needs about 400. Cruz needs about 200. With Kasich, Cruz would need, with Rubio, I'm sorry, Cruz needs 600, Trump needs 400, and with a Rubio endorsement, they'd each need about 400. So it's nothing big, but I think that the real test is going to come in New York and Pennsylvania.
All right, let me ask you about something that happened today, and that is the endorsement of Jeb Bush going to Ted Cruz. I guess coming on the heels of the Romney endorsement of Cruz, we shouldn't be that surprised. Are you surprised, and does it really mean anything?
Oh, I think it's significant. I think that it shows that it graphically illustrates that Cruz is the only alternative to Trump. And when you get guys like Lindsey Graham and Romney and Bush, who really hate Trump, endorsing Cruz, who they also don't like, it's clear that that's what they're saying. And they're really saying that John Kasich is just in this for an ego trip. We have the Wisconsin primary in 2 weeks. Kasich should do better in Wisconsin than any other state except for Ohio, because it's right nearby, and it's a kind of left-leaning state, and he's the left of the field. If he finishes a dismal third in Wisconsin, it's hard to see anyone taking him seriously in New York and Pennsylvania. And that would mean that he would not be draining votes away from Cruz. So that's going to be important. And the Bush endorsement is important. Well, the other thing about it is Bush is the best funded candidate in the world. And if his donors and potentially if his super PAC weigh in on behalf of Ted Cruz, that could be very significant. Remember, Cruz has $8 million in the bank. Kasich has $1 million. And Trump has a limitless amount.
Right.
But he won't spend it.
All right, so let me ask you this. Graham, Bush, Romney, does Cruz run the risk of becoming too establishment?
Yeah, he does. That's a factor, but I think he's laid the predicate for that long enough and as many primaries enough so that I think he'll be okay with that. But one of the things that's fascinating about this year, Steve, is it has demonstrated the total impotence of special interest money. First of all, Sanders spent $40 million in February, Hillary 32, and Sanders took no special interest money. It was all small online donations. And then the one who spent the least all month was Trump. I spent $8 million or $9 million. Cruz spent 18, Hillary 32, and Bernie 40. And Trump won everything. And in Florida, where they spent $20 million of anti-Trump PAC ads savaging him, and he didn't put up anything to answer, he walked away winning it by 25.
Right. One more. Where do you fall on this this whole wife controversy? I haven't heard Ted Cruz or his wife, both of whom spoke today, blasting the PAC that put out that picture of Trump's wife. Instead, they said it wasn't us. Would you like to have seen Cruz disavow it at least? I mean, condemn it?
Yes, I would. After all, after the allegation of dirty tricks vis-a-vis Carson in Iowa, he has a presumption of doubt, and he needed to separate himself dramatically from that ad. It was too convenient to come out right before Utah, where the Mormons were voting, which is such a make-and-break situation for Cruz. On the other hand, come on, how vulgar can you get? To have your girlfriend at the time do a photo shoot naked on your airplane. It's sort of, look at what I got and you don't got. God, it's like a trophy room.
Well, it was GQ. It wasn't. It was a respected magazine anyway. Anyway, we could debate that. Dick, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much. And folks, remember, pick up a copy of Dick Morris's #1 bestseller, Power Grab, Obama's Plan for a One-Party Nation. In Power Grab, Dick says Obama has a much bigger plan to make us a one-party nation, and it explains why Obama has really, or what he's really been up to. And as we approach the 2016 election, be sure to get your copy of Dick Morris's bestseller, Power Grab. It's available in bookstores everywhere, or call 800-953-1812. Or you could go online at powergrab411.com to get your copy of Power Grab with this special offer.